In the vastness of space, the Apollo 13 mission was meant to be NASA third moon landing. 3 astronauts finally fulfilling their long dream. Of reaching for the stars, reaching for the moon. Everything's going according to plan back on Earth.
Staging flight.
Roger. Flight fighter trajectory confirmed staging. Lucy, you don't see any problem with that though, do you?
Negative, not right now, flight. All the other engines are go.
Until a catastrophic explosion happened. Once a space mission turned into a harrowing rescue mission. The astronauts had to abort their lunar landing, and with the help of ground control, had to improvise solutions to ensure their safe return.
Hey, Houston, we've had a problem here. Houston, we've had a problem.
Before there was a spaceship, there was an idea. The idea to reach the stars, all the way back to ancient Greek with the myth of Icarus, who wanted to fly close to the sun, with wings crafted of feathers and wax. Just as Icarus symbolized humanity's eternal ambition to soar to new heights, NASA wanted to land on the moon. And they did it. Apollo 11, the first successful moon landing mission, with astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin becoming the first humans to walk on the lunar surface in July 1969. The moon landing of Apollo 11 in 1969 exemplified our species' relentless pursuit of the unattainable. It was a moment when human ingenuity, scientific progress, and unwavering determination combined conquered a celestial frontier, fulfilling a dream that had captivated us for centuries. On April 11, 1970, Apollo 13, the 7th crew mission in NASA's Apollo space program, took off from Kennedy Space Center, destined for the moon. Commander James A. Lovell, Command Module Pilot John L. Swigert, and Lunar Module Pilot Fred W. Hayes were the astronauts chosen for this historic mission. The primary goal, to land on the moon and explore the Framaro region. But, as history tells us, the journey would take a rather unexpected turn. A week before the launch, one of the backup crew members contracted German measles. Because of the constant training, there was the possibility that the main crew was compromised. So Ken Mattingly was swapped for John Swipe. 200,000 people came to see it live. The ground is shaking. Mission control does the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mission Control says, "This is Mission Control. We appear to have a good first stage at this point." Approximately 5.5 minutes after liftoff, Jack Swigert, Fred Hayes, and James Lovell experienced a minor vibration. The glitch. The central engine of the S2 stage prematurely ceased operation by 2 minutes. This alteration led to an additional 34 seconds burn time for the remaining 4 engines and necessitated a 9-second extension of the burn for the S-4B third stage to achieve the intended orbit for Apollo 13. Mission Control isn't happy, but the next hours passed without issues. The crew appears to be relaxed and happy. Everything went well so far. At the moment, the crew is traveling at 2,323.4 miles per hour and 170,000 miles from the Earth in distance. After 46 hours and 43 minutes had passed, Joe Karen, who served as the capsule communicator at the moment, remarked, "The spacecraft is in real good shape as far as we're concerned. We are bored to tears down here," he says. After 55 hours and 46 minutes had passed, while the crew was concluding a 49-minute television broadcast showcasing their comfortable adaptation to zero gravity, Lovell said, "This is the crew of Apollo 13, wishing everybody a nice evening, and we're just about to get ready to close our inspection of Aquarius and get back for a pleasant evening in Odyssey. Good night." "56 hours into the mission, an oxygen tank in the service module exploded. The tank blew, taking oxygen tank 1 with it. And this is when Swigert said, 'Okay, Houston, we have had a problem here.' The crew and the mission control faced a life-threatening crisis as they were 200,000 miles from Earth. The command module was without electricity, light, or water, and the mission had changed from one of exploration to one of survival. Lovell communicated to the ground that they were dealing with the main B bus undervolt issue. Subsequently, warning lights alerted them to the loss of 2 out of 3 fuel cells, which serve as the spacecraft's primary power source. As the warning lights flashed, one of the oxygen tanks seemed to be fully depleted, and there were indications that the oxygen in the second tank was diminishing rapidly. 13 minutes after the explosion, Lovell happened to look out the window and saw the conclusive sign indicating a potential catastrophe. "We are venting something out of the window into space," he said to Houston. Capcom Jack responded, "Roger, we copy. You venting," Lovell added. "It's a gas of some sort." It was indeed oxygen gas rapidly escaping from the second and final oxygen tank. At 1 hour, 29 seconds after the explosion, Mission Control said, "It is gradually approaching zero and we are commencing considerations regarding the LM lifeboat," Swigert responded. "That's what we've been contemplating as well. With the command module life support system failing, the crew needed a way back home. The decision to use the lunar module as a lifeboat was made. With dwindling power and resources, the astronauts and the engineers on Earth had to think outside of the box to survive. The lunar module, often referred to as the LM, was a spacecraft component used in NASA's Apollo's program, specifically designed for lunar landings. This has never been done before. Failure meant either freezing to death or lack of oxygen, becoming brain dead. With limited power and navigation tools, the crew and ground control had to perform precise calculations for the return trajectory. Lovell's wife has been informed about the accident, and she's worried. She knows that the crew have to make an emergency return. Lucky for the crew, they did not reach the moon, otherwise they wouldn't be able to use the lunar module. They would have certainly died. The lunar module had to keep Lovell, Swigert, and Hayes alive for an estimated 90 hours for re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. At the White House, President Nixon is informed about the situation. A press conference is held and the public is informed. The crew turn off all non-critical systems aboard the spacecraft to reduce energy consumption and cut way back on their consumption of water in order to have enough to cool the landing module overtaxed hardware. At one point, when too much carbon dioxide was building up in Aquarius, Mission Control devised a way for the astronauts to clear the gas out, instructing them to build a mailbox out of plastic bags, cardboard, and tape in order to purge the gas using canisters from the command module. One of the big questions was how to get back safely to Earth. The LM navigation system wasn't designed to help in this situation. Before the explosion at hour 30, Apollo 13 had made the normal mid-course correction, which would take it out of a free return to Earth trajectory and put it on a lunar landing course. Now, the task was to get back on a free return course. At Mission Control, Teams of experts worked to check out all feasible maneuvers in this situation in the flight simulators, feeding every plan and contingency to the computers. The trip was marked by discomfort beyond the lack of food and water. Sleep was almost impossible because of the cold. When the electrical systems were turned off, the spacecraft lost an important source of heat. The temperature dropped 88 degrees Fahrenheit. After many calculations and simulations, the mission control and the crew were ready for re-entry. But as it is critical that everything is precise. April 17, 1970, the world held its breath as the Apollo 13 capsule re-entered Earth's atmosphere, uncertain if they would survive. Against all odds, the Apollo 13 astronauts splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean.
That's okay. First astronaut is climbing out of the command module and is in the egress ramp.
Lovell had a call with President Nixon, and Nixon told him that he and the crew were all getting medals of freedom. They returned as heroes, celebrated for their remarkable courage and determination. The Apollo 13 mission is a statement to the power of human resolve, innovation, and teamwork in the face of adversity.